us and allowing our kids to come and at a moment's notice, which is nothing that I am surprised in terms of the way that Judy and David have always made us feel at home. So we're so appreciative. A little upset that you would not let me pick up a hand to even help put one thing out, but it really, I feel so good to be here and share with you. Actually, first I wanted to just mention one quick thing, is, there was a lot of concern, no doubt, about Shayna being in the hospital for a while. When is she going to be better enough to come home? And thank God she's home now. But a little while ago, I was in the library, the Cat's library, with Josh, trying to help him out with his speech. As he was watching a video of Star Wars spoofing with Donald Trump, and I wrote in big letters, procrastination. And I realized that this is a characteristic that Shayna is quickly picking up from her father. And I know that she, from what you heard from how Josh spoke, that it's not such a bad thing to procrastinate. She's home now, thank God, and improving every single day. I was trying to think about something to say, and I was thinking about gematria. So I said, let me look at the name. What do we have? I said, Shayna, that's 365. That's perfect. Days a year. Just hold on one second, Josh. Days of the year. The mitzvahs. The positive mitzvahs. So it's perfect. Shin Yud Nun Pei. It's perfect. It adds up to 365. And then I realized, wait a minute, it's Shin Yud Nun Pei 375. So let's just cut out the gematria. Seriously, on Stephanie, on Shayna Toba's first yahrzeit 12 years ago, people came over to me in shul and they said, her neshama should have an aliyah. I had never heard the expression before. Now I hear it all the time. I'm aware of it. That was the first time I heard the expression, our neshama should have an aliyah. And I understood, not the translation, but I understood the concept, what they were saying, but I just never heard it. But the whole idea is that the neshama should be elevated every single day. And how do you elevate the neshama? You elevate the neshama by talking about the person, and just as much so, when you name somebody after somebody that you love, that is a way of remembering. Just like Josh had mentioned, my daughter Leah was named after her grandmother, and it's a way of making the connection. We recently just moved, and we saw, as we're packing everything up, we saw all the pictures, so many things that I'd never seen or I only saw a long time ago of Stephanie's mother, and looking at her as a young person, and knowing that my daughter is named after her. And the same way, how this little Shayna is named after my wife Stephanie, it's a way of elevating that neshama through Shayna. Josh, I saw the video from when Josh spoke at the yahrzeit, talking about so many of the midot of his mother, about the chesed, about sneaking around at a wedding with an envelope to give to the waiter so that they should give it to somebody so they won't know where some tzedakah is coming from. About cooking meals when she was sick, not realizing how sick she was before she passed away, but cooking meals for a family that just had given birth to twins. And there's so many more stories, and I don't want to go into so many. I just really want to point out that my wife Stephanie had so many beautiful midot, and we hope that Shayna will grow, and through her name, through her parents, who I know will make sure that she develops the right midot, will learn to follow in her parents' footsteps, in her grandmother's footsteps, and that's really all. The only other thing I wanted to just say is that I'm sorry that it's only me that is here today. Unfortunately, Karen did not avoid this in any way because of anything of more of a priority other than the fact that in the process of our moving, if anybody does not know, she fell and broke her shoulder and is not exactly in a position to travel. So she is here in spirit. We're videoing this, and she will see this maybe in a couple of hours after she wakes up, and I'm glad that at least she can participate and share in the simcha this way. So thank you very much, and enjoy. Go ahead.